up everyone, it's your girl Njerie Gitau here. For those who are new, welcome, karibuni. Feel free to take a seat and hit that subscribe button so that you can become a part of the family. For those who are back for the second, third or even umpteenth time, then welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to do another episode of stretching wars where we have two methods of stretching your type 4 hair without using any heat pitted against each other. So for those who didn't know that there is more than one method of banding your natural hair, then this video is just for you. Keep watching all the way to the end and you can see the results of the regular banding method versus the shortcut banding method. Before I continue talking, jibber jabbering, yapping, kelele za chura, let's just jump straight into the video. There are three ways that you can band your hair. The first one is the regular banding method. The second one is a shortcut banding method. And the third one is a banding method that's very similar to threading, except that you use either rubber bands or hair ties instead of thread. And today I'm going to do the first two. That's the regular banding on this side and then the shortcut banding on this side. I'm going to go in with water to wet my hair, and then this leave-in conditioner for moisture, and finally the Tertiary Naturals Organic Shea Butter just to seal that in. And in between the process, I'm going to be slightly detangling, although I had mostly detangled my hair yesterday. And other than that, the only thing I'm going to need, these rubber bands that I got on Dubois Road for like 50 bob. Yeah. So let me just get into it and I'll speed up the video so that you can see the process. So the regular banding method is pretty simple. All you do is grip a section of your hair at the roots using a rubber band or a hair tie, and then at intervals along the shaft of your hair section, you're going to put more rubber bands just so that it can be secured in place. It's like a threading method but not continuous. I hope that makes sense. And then what I usually do when I get to the ends is I fold the ends upwards and then add just one more rubber band to secure it in place, because I want the entire length of my hair to be stretched and not just this part and then the end is like meh. Yeah. So now that I'm almost done with this part for the regular banding method, I'm going to move on to just a minute, not a minute, a second. Yeah. So this is this side, as you can see. And I'm going to move on to this side, which is a shortcut banding method. So after moisturizing and sealing in the moisture, I'm going to put this entire section in a ponytail over here, and then I'm going to band the ends. So that's just what I'm doing right here, trying to gather the hair into a ponytail. And I'll try to do it straight towards the back so that everything is in that ponytail. For the shortcut method, you can also just put it here as like a bun at the top of your head, but I prefer the back since it makes air drying and sleeping a bit comfortable. So this is my hair. I'm going to secure it with a hair tie because a rubber band would not survive. So there you go, we have the regular banding on this side, the shortcut banding on this side, and I'll let it air dry and then I'll show you the takedown process, and you can look at a few pros and cons for both methods of banding and stretching your type 4 natural hair without using any heat. I will see you when all this is dry. Now that my hair is dry, I want to take down the rubber band so that you can see how stretched my hair is, and that's going to be very simple. All I'm going to do is take a rubber band and slip it very gently down the length of my hair and then collect all the rubber bands in one place because I'm going to use them again. One thing you want to ensure you do as you remove the bands is that when you're pulling gently, not roughly, as you pull you need to secure the side that's closest to the roots so that you don't end up pulling your hair at the roots. So that's what you're seeing me doing every time. I'm securing it somewhere here near the roots and just pulling out the rubber bands so that I don't end up pulling my roots, so that I can still have edges and hair on my head at the end of the takedown process. And then I'll insist gently pulling, gently, so that you don't end up snagging your hair or creating tension on your roots. Now that I'm done with the takedown process, I wanted to show you the difference between the degree of stretch that I have from these two different methods of banding your type 4 hair. Because the dough usually drowns out my hair color, I just want to use this lasso here. And you can see that the regular banding method has a greater degree of stretch than the shortcut banding method. You can clearly see the poof on this side, and this one is sort of calm, but it's not that stretched. As for the back of my hair, which I usually use just to show you how much my hair is stretched, you can see that this one is collarbone length while this one is almost at armpit length, and I'm not pulling my hair, I'm just gently making it a bit straight so that you can see the stretch that I got. So as we have established, the regular banding method gives more stretch than the shortcut banding method. Another difference is in the installation time. The regular banding method takes more time. It took me about maybe 10 minutes to install the bands on this side, and on this side it took me less than 3 minutes because all I needed to do was the ponytail and then band the ends of my hair. So in terms of installation time, the shortcut ponytail banding method takes less time. However, when it comes to drying time, this takes more than this. The regular banding method took about maybe 12 hours to be fully dry, whereas the hair which was banded using the shortcut method took much longer. It took over a day to be fully dry. That's because it's a huge chunk, it's a section, as opposed to this one which has been exposed. Like the surface area of your hair has been, more of the surface area of your hair has been exposed so that it's able to dry faster. So the regular banding method dries faster than the shortcut ponytail banding method. When it comes to the tools that you use, both of them sort of tally because all you need are either hair ties or rubber bands, which are very easy to install, and you can also reuse them. So the banding method in general is not wasteful. Number 5, and I really wanted to mention this, I realized that with the regular banding method, it can actually be a hairstyle for children. So if you'd like to stretch your child's hair, you can just do the banding method. The only thing you'd need to do is at the end just either put it in like 2-strand twist that is completely at the end and twirl it around your finger, or use a braid at the end just to protect the ends. Otherwise, you can leave that style in for a long period of time, maybe a week or more, and once you remove the buns, your child's hair is stretched, so it's easy to put it in another style, also because it was detangled. I needed to mention that. As for adults and people who feel like they don't have a lot of time to dedicate to their hair but they still want to stretch it for a style, I noticed that the ponytail method, if you don't have like really dense hair, you can put your entire head of hair in a ponytail at the back, just at the middle here, and then once you do the buns, because the hair is slicked down, it looks official, it looks like something you can actually leave the house with. You can add braids to the end to make it a hairstyle, and once you're done stretching your hair, then you can take it down and do whichever style you are stretching your hair for. So the pros is that with the regular banding, you can do it as a hairstyle for kids, and with the ponytail shortcut banding method, you can do it as a hairstyle for adults. Then, on to precautions, the one thing I'd really want to mention is that when you're choosing your sections, think about how big you want them. The smaller the sections are, the tighter you have to do your rubber bands or hair ties. The tighter you do them, the more prone to breakage your hair will be, because when you're sliding them off, you want something that slides off really easily. So larger sections are preferred, although larger sections will take a longer time to dry. The second precaution is that you have to have detangled your hair so well, because at the end of the day, once you stretch your hair, even if you're going to like finger comb or lightly finger detangle your hair afterwards, it's easy to do it on detangled hair so that you don't have a lot of breakage. I feel like that's a lot of information that I didn't necessarily know until I did these two methods at the same time, so that I can be able, so that I was able to sort of compare and contrast them. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section down below, is this new information or did you know all this and I'm the only one who just found out because I sort of did the half and half of the methods so that I could see the difference. I like to hear from you guys. I like positive, negative feedback. Rather, all feedback is important because it helps me to learn and to grow, and also so that I can up my content game for the sake of you guys. Now, if you've gotten to the end of this video and you still haven't subscribed, just hit that subscribe button over there and then hit the notification bell so that you can get alerts whenever I drop new videos. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two. Let me know how Stretch Wars is going on and some of the other methods of stretching type 4 hair without using heat that I can include in my next Stretch Wars battle. After all that, I think I will see you in the next one.